What's up, everybody? First of all, look at the hair. I'm styling on them. We just had to acknowledge it real quick. You feel me? Just real quick. That's all I asked for. About 5 seconds of it. All right. So we're back another day. I told you. I'm gonna try to be a little more consistent. So 2 videos in 1 week. That should make up for last month. But anywho, today's episode is episode 3. It's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be a great one. You know why? Because today we're talking about breaking through the concrete that is called failed relationships and relationship trauma. Now, I know. This is gonna be like, why are we talking about that? This is the summer. But listen. We gotta talk about it. Because I would much rather y'all go into your next serious relationship or taking this time away and heal through your trauma so that when you're going into your next relationship, you're not making your partner, your significant other, deal with the trauma that you were caused by your previous relationships. I'm going to say the S in parentheses because sometimes we don't really unpack. We just keep moving forward, and now we got a lot of stuff going on. So, yeah, come on in, get cozy. We're going to have a good one. So, let's talk about it. I know culture says to get over one, you got to get under another one. And quite frankly, I think that is a lie. I think that's unfair. I think that's untrue. And I think that's bad advice. Because we don't really, whether we realize it or not, your body holds on to things. Your mind, your subconscious holds on to things. And if you keep moving without actually stopping and letting your body and your mind detox, and you actually going to therapy and unpacking, because there's things can happen in a relationship. Like if you were cheated on in a previous relationship, that builds up trust issues. There's insecurities that come, and time doesn't heal all wounds. Taking the time to deal with them heals them, but a wound with time that's not treated leaves an infection. Let that sink in. A wound with time without treating leads to infection. And we're walking around and we're operating life with infections of insecurity, trust issues. We have unstated, unstated expectations. We're going into these relationships with mother issues, father issues, then your boyfriend or your girlfriend, compound on top of that. That's a lot. That's honestly a lot. And you gotta give yourself some grace and give yourself some time to take care of that, because you owe it to your significant other. For instance, me, and this is stuff that I'm working on myself and I've been working on. So I'm not gonna tell you anything I'm not doing. For me, I am working towards being a husband. We talk about this. And I think it is unfair for my wife to deal with the sins and the transgressions of the women previous. I think it's unfair for my wife to deal with the unhealed wounds and the insecurities from women previous. I think that is just mighty unfair, because she didn't do that. So she doesn't deserve the ramifications of that. And honestly, I don't deserve to walk around with like insecurities. And yeah, like we don't really talk about them because it's not like the manly thing to do, but we do have them. It is human nature. It's the human experience where if your feelings get hurt bad enough, you just hold on to them. Men are just less likely to talk about it. You know, if you get called broke, if you get cheated on, you know, if someone, oh, this is an extreme one, if someone gets a baby on you, that kind of stuff is just, if someone speaks ill of you, calls you outside your name, cusses you out, like, this toxic stuff, like, you gotta think, a year is not long in the time span of a heart. That's not a very long time to recover if you're not trying to do your due diligence and trying to recover from it, you know? So you gotta really sit with that and think about it like, man, do I really want to walk around with this? Because it's a weight. It is definitely a weight. And the longer we sit with it, the longer we let it fester, the more it turns into something that's ugly. We can start to lash out. We can start to think anything is a red flag. 3 sentences, 2 phrases, and you're out of here, bro. I don't even want to give you a chance. I ain't even trying to. This sounds like some other stuff I done heard before. I am not trying to hear it again. You're out of here. And the whole time you're dealing with them through the lens of past and previous traumas. And again, that's not fair. And anything that's not dealt with is passed on, right? It's going to come out in ways we really don't want it to. And I think as men, and this is how I'm going to talk to the men for about 5 seconds. So ladies, just chill out for me and listen in. Men, we got to do better. I see online a lot of just like, especially Twitter. Twitter's ugly. I had to get up out of there. But I see a lot of like, oh, you lay up on her and then you open up and then she cheats on you and then she does this. I'm like, whoa, why is this going so left so quick? And you can't put that expectations. You can't just say all women are, all women will, all women do. That's not fair. You're generalizing a whole group without even understanding because of your hurt. Like, you're not even giving another woman a chance to prove somebody wrong. You're not allowing God to come in and heal you because this trauma that you're not dealing with has sat and festered, and now you're generalizing and your perspective has changed into a negative and a skewed. So now, how can God come in? How can God bring you your wife if you're sitting in trauma and expecting every single woman to be this one? And we got to take responsibilities. And this is for men and women. You attract where you're at. So if you're in a broken state and you attract another broken person and you get a broken outcome, you feel me? It's your fault because you didn't take the time. You just keep compounding and compounding, and all of a sudden you got this thick layer of concrete and you can't function in any relationship. That's not cool. That's not fair to yourself. I'm gonna keep saying it's not fair because it's not. It's not. Then we end up having these super high expectations. They gotta be this, they gotta be that, they gotta be this because this one person was this and they hurt you right here. So now the next person has to be all the way up here and they have to maintain this. They have to maintain that, which is just not possible. It's not. Like, there's going to come a time when they're going to have a bad day. That part of a relationship is you're arguing. Part of a relationship is disagreements. But you can't look at it as an automatic red flag because of the lens of your trauma. We got to take that time to heal. We have to take the time. I say, man, take like 6 months, a year, however long you need to if you're going to be intentional with your healing, take that time and detox. And detox sexually. Go abstinent. It's not really fun to say, and it's not really fun to hear, but it's needed. Go abstinent. And stop porn, stop all that. Let your mind, your body, and your spirit really detox from the soul ties that are created. Give yourself a chance to be brand new so you can move in a better way. And I promise you that if you actually be intentional with that time, intentional with your singleness, it's not gonna be instantly, but suddenly you're gonna look up and see you're in a healthier space. I promise you that. I promise. You don't let anybody come into your space. Allow God to renew your mind, renew your heart, renew your spirit. And in order to allow God to do that, you gotta put the work in. You gotta really put the work in. You gotta detox from the soul ties, remove them, pray on them. Detox from porn, vibrators, masturbating, all that stuff. Like, just really get pure for a few months to a year, and just imagine where you're gonna be at. Imagine. Because what we like to do is we like to go to the bar, we like to go to the club, we like to do all these things and try to drink and smoke and party away the pain, and all that's going to do is create more pain. Because eventually when all that stuff wears off, all those feelings are going to come back. You go to work, you work 100 hours. When you get home, those feelings come back. So why run away from something you can just deal with? I know this isn't really what culture tells you to do. I know this isn't the fun thing to do. But really think about it. I urge you, take that time. Heal. Break through that concrete. Break through it. Because marriage is a beautiful thing. Relationships are a beautiful thing. Life is so short, right? Life is so short. It's gone. You're 19, you're 30. And you looked up like, wow, where'd all this time go? Like, I don't have any kids, I don't have a wife, I don't have a husband. I'm still doing the same thing. I'm still doing the same thing. So invest in yourself. That's what I'll say. Invest in yourself. Take that time to invest in yourself. And really don't just be like, oh, self-work, self-love. And you're going to the club, you're going to get your hair done. Hair done, nails. I mean, but like, yeah, I'm still doing the work. But what I'm saying is, don't do things that are frivolous, and don't do things that are surface level and expecting deep outcomes to happen. That's not how that works. That's not how it works. Go get yourself a therapist. Talk to God. Open your Bible. Create a safe space for yourself. Get positive people around you. Practice being who you want to be, not who you are. Right? If you want to be a CEO, you're going to practice being a CEO. You're not going to practice being a janitor. That doesn't make sense. So, take this time. For me, for you, for your future, and for your kids. For your kids. Think about the message that you want to give them. Do you really just want to project? Do you really want to share that pain with them? Or do you want them to be better and do better? And have better opportunities than you had? Do you want to be able to help them maneuver through their breakups? Or do you want to tell them the same dysfunctional, toxic behaviors that you did? That you saw your parents do? I'm not really going to judge you, because that's not my place. That's your life. But me personally, I want my kids to have it better than I ever had. I want to be able to teach them the skills that I was not instilled. That's just me though. So, again, take this time. That's really it for today. I gave you 15 minutes. Usually it's 8, 7. I gave you 2 videos today. I might bust out a third one. No promises. No promises. But I hope you like this one. Like, comment, subscribe, share. Let's grow this community. You feel me? I appreciate my 4 subscribers. Honestly, I really do appreciate y'all. I really do. Y'all coming in and you're helping me out. You guys are watching my videos and you're giving me feedback. I think this is just the beginning, and I'm not going to overlook you guys. I really do love you and I appreciate you. And if you'll do me some help, when you do us some help, let's build this community together. Peace, y'all.
I know you had enough. I know you had enough.